Mayor Mike Kaufman said they showed weakness by not stopping demonstrators from breaking out windows at a weekend rally. Denver 7's Liz GELARDI with the police department's response to all this. Liz?
Well, and Shannon, as you can see, the courthouse windows are boarded up once again after more than 20 were broken over the weekend when a protest demanding justice for Elijah McClain turned violent. And today the police department is defending its actions and the decision to show restraint. But as you said, there's been some criticism even from Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman. He said in an interview with Denver 7 he thinks weakness invites aggression. He worries that future protests could lead to more violence, and he wants to see the courthouse protected. But when we talked with the deputy chief of police, he told us the department was simply listening to citizens after criticism over how police responded to a protest in June. The deputy chief says officers stayed back because they didn't want to agitate the crowd, and in turn they expected the protests to remain peaceful.
We are trying different tactics. We're trying to make sure that we are not the provoking issue with protesters. Now, we're not abandoning our post, so we did not abandon the campus here. We have plenty of police officers around. I think we're going to get criticism on what we did, but at the end of the day, they broke glass and they knocked the fence down. And the fence is going to be replaced with a stronger, bigger fence, and the windows will be replaced. None of our officers were hurt, and no protesters were hurt, other than the 2 protesters who got shot by a fellow protester.
And police say because of that shooting, they knew people in the crowd were armed, and that played into their response. Officers did have the authority to use less lethal force, but again, they decided to show restraint and did not feel that would be appropriate. I also asked the deputy chief how they plan to respond to any protests in the future, but he says they analyze each and every one and respond on a case-by-case basis. Reporting live in Aurora tonight, Liz GELARDI, Denver 7.